Hi, my name is Trent Cameron, and I'm with the IT department at Conservice. I'm back to show you a little bit more about the web interface and how we can use it to manage our phone system. The web interface for our phone system can be found at et.conservice.com. It's a little stray from the Star Wars theme, but we'll take it. I'll need to log in with my extension and password. Initially, those will be the same, so 2163 is my extension. And my password, I've actually changed mine, but yours will be the same as your extension initially. So I guess the first thing is, how do we change that password so that someone else can't log in as us? And I can just go settings, modify account, and then I can go ahead and enter a new password, only using digits obviously, because you'll want to be able to type this from your phone as well. And you'll be able to modify your extension and save that. The next setting is call rules. That's not something that we're going to go into depth in about today, but basically we can use these rules with time frames to affect what happens to a call. For example, I could say, after hours, forward a call to my cell phone. The time frames work in conjunction with those call rules to be able to say different times, or if I take lunch the same time every day, maybe I want it to go straight to my voicemail without ringing. The phone book is something we do want to look at in a little more depth. Basically, the phone book is something that we use to access people very quickly from the switchboard. That's not going to make a whole lot of sense right now, as we haven't looked at the switchboard yet, but let's briefly look at how to modify entries in the phone book. So if I want to add entries and they happen to be Conservice people that are on the new phone system, we can click on the little icon here and it'll bring up a list of all the extensions that are loaded in the system. What about voicemail? I don't have a link to my voicemail, so let's go ahead and select that. I can also do Control and click to get multiple people, or Shift and click to get a whole list of people. For example, these SIP extensions are all people. SIP extension just basically means Softphone to you. We could just Shift click and we could add all these people to my address book. It would select them there, and then I can just add them to my phone book. Also in the phone book, I can adjust where people are listed. So if I call, say, Dave Jenkins the most, I can take him and drag him to the top. And now he'll be at the top of my phone book. Try that one more time. There we go. He'll be at the top of my phone book for later. The last thing in this menu is the conference setup, and we'll discuss that later, but basically what it is there's a conference number that you can dial, and it'll say, hey, please enter the number of your conference room. And if this is where you actually set up a conference room that's yours, and you can have any other person that dials in meet you there and have a conference call. We'll discuss at a later date more in depth how to use this feature and what numbers to call and how that's used. The voicemail just gives you a web overview of your voicemail. You have voicemail. You can listen to it there if you have the right plugins installed. This voicemail options is actually very handy. It actually lets you record and set up your voicemail things without going through the IVR push the buttons menu. You can record your name and record your unavailable message, your busy message, and just do these by clicking record, and then actually you can just have it call you on the phone and let you record it and then save it. You don't have to go through the menus to do that. Call history is also interesting. We can get a call log. We can say, hey, who have you called? You know, what was his number? I know I talked to somebody around 3. I can't remember who it was. This will help us look at all those kinds of things. That's pretty much it for a quick wrap up of the web interface. It really is a pretty powerful tool. It's the only one of the tools that doesn't directly involve live calls. It just helps us manage some of our settings, some of our voicemail settings, and dealing with some of the setup and some of our call routing. It also helps us administer passwords. I hope this is helpful. Thanks so much.